Okay, cool. Um, so what I wanted to do was actually talk a little bit about visual strategies. Now, a lot of times what happens is when clients come to us, they tell us that they want to create a video for their upcoming product launch. What we ask them is that how does this one video fit in with your overall visual media strategy? And a lot of times the answer that we get is, okay, what is a visual media strategy? We feel a lot of times that clients don't have a plan for how that one piece of media that they want to create would fit in the long term in terms of their brand identity or their brand strategy or their marketing strategy. We get a lot of people coming to us and talking about creating one video for their products, and they feel like that one video is going to be the be all and the end all. Like you're going to use that video for your product, for marketing, for the foreseeable future. Right now, the way that social media is working, the way that people are interacting with products, that doesn't really work. What works is if you are present at different social touchpoints with your audience and you engage with your audience using different kinds of visual media with different kinds of branded messages. It's about creating branded content. It's about creating different kinds of videos suited to different platforms like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. And it's about figuring out that your audience wants to hear from you more than just once with visual content. One of the best ways to speak to your audience is through visual content. And if you just have that one video just talking about like, this is my product, this is what it does, it can only get you so far. In very simple terms, a visual marketing strategy or a visual media strategy is something that a brand would create, thinking of how it wants its identity to be shown visually to the audience. Whether it's in terms of images that are online ads, whether it's terms of TV commercials, online videos, vlogs, client testimonials. There are like 1,020 million ways of creating visual content, but every single piece of content that you create links back to your brand identity. A visual media strategy is really simple. It's about the kind of images that the audience associates with you when they think about your brand. So think of a car. Think of a luxury car. What are you thinking? You're probably thinking very glossy, gleamy, metallic car exteriors, luxurious car interiors, really fancy looking people, like rich or happy people in these luxury cars wearing like ball gowns and going to like really fancy gala dinners. Those are all images that have been planted in your brain by different brands over time, and you've created an identity for them based on the images that they have put out. So all the images that you put out eventually contribute to your brand identity, to what your brand stands for. That's probably the number one reason that you need a visual media strategy. So what we do is that we advise clients to start at the end, to envision what ideally your brand would stand for or look like in the minds of your consumers. And then figure out how to create a whole series of images, videos, GIFs, all kinds of visual media that would contribute to that ideal image that you want at the end of the day. So think big picture and then figure out how all the smaller pieces of content fit into that big picture. So the second reason that a brand needs a visual strategy is that it puts you in control. And when people are absorbing all kinds of content, they are creating images about your brand in their head. And if you have your own strategy, that means it puts you in the driving seat of whatever image they're creating of you in their minds. And that's what you want. You want to be in control. Number 3 reason why you need a visual media strategy. A visual media strategy actually lets you speak to many different kinds of audiences. Now, the number one mistake that a lot of our clients here in China make very often is that they try to speak to all kinds of audiences using one single piece of media. If you create that one piece of generic content that tries to catch all kinds of audiences, you end up catching no audiences at all. So a visual media strategy lets you create different kinds of content, tweak what you're trying to say according to different kinds of audiences, and that will help you create holistic, comprehensive visual image, visual brand for the audience. So that was it.